The creator of Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We are the makers of Supreme Ambient Rejection 12, the makers of the Supreme Exotic Ambient Rejection 15, and also to the Advanced Ambient Rejection 17s. All right, so busy day today. We had the chocolate ambient rejection, came out looking incredible. Over here, we have the blue exotic. We have the green exotic ambient rejection. We have the, what's this right here? This is the purple. Yeah, purple. And then over here we got the dark haze. And then over here we got unicorn. Oh, this stuff is going to look beautiful. I'm telling you right now for the door. So let's paint this on. Let's get this started. So first I got to set you guys up over here. Let's see. Good afternoon. How you doing? See what the Lord has for us today. The Lord always has something for us today. It's going to be like some more stranger colors than that. Some stranger colors than that. We're going to have some pretty wild colors. Can't wait. I even got a few people. I might even have like we may have a little contest where we let you name one of them. And you can add that on there. Well, here's the thing, and I explained this before many times. When we make this stuff, it all depends on what God allows me to be able to do. That's what it comes down to. Now, like I said before, when we're making different colors, we're not going to put any special request in. We're not going to have a page. We can just put any color you want. That's not going to happen. Whatever the Lord allows me to do, that's what I do. And what I don't, I can't. That's all to it. Simple and plain. Those of you who want to argue with that, you don't understand. You don't know my God then. Because I don't argue with him. I just do what he tells me to do. All right, so let's get this started. You know, got a bunch of women that asked for this particular screen paint. They want a screen in their woman cave. Yeah, women have their women cave too. Men have a man cave. There's also such thing as a woman's cave. So let's get started. I only do what allows me to do. No more, no less. Now, I'm going to call this my signature squeaky. I'm going to call this, it's going to be squeaky. Not getting rid of squeaky. I like squeaky. Not doing all that. I tell you something. I gotta tell you where I get my rollers from. This is one of the best rollers. I got new rollers today, but these are, I buy these particular brand rollers. These are the best rollers I've ever used, man. I love these rollers. This is the same roller I washed out 11 times and reused it to paint all my screens, and still got used to it. Nice, these are good rollers. I'll keep the name of the roller. Love this roller. And my speakers over. You know, we're not going to do any custom colors or none of that. That becomes too much work. I only do what he tells me to do. The colors he gives me allows me to have. That's what I can have. That's how it works. I don't argue with him. What will we argue with God? We don't argue with God. I already got contacted by, I get companies that contact me from time to time asking me to do custom design screens. They want to match the interior of their workplaces and stuff like that. I'm not doing that. It's not. I do what he asks me to do, and that's the end of it. All right, so got it all painted up. Nice paint. My niece, I'm going to do her a customized theater room for herself. She's only 5. But I'm going to do a nice little theater room for herself, for her, and I'm putting the same color screen in for her. Make sure we got everything covered. There we go. Looks good. All right, let me set y'all up over here. Now, this product right here will work with all projectors, including knockoffs. Certain ones will have a little thing that'll pop up that'll tell you that what projectors it'll work with. Some won't, some will. This one I think shouldn't have a problem working off with name brand projectors. But when you get to them really dark screens like the Limitless and 12s, the Platinums, don't go near those screens with the knockoff. They're not designed for it. Alright, so while that's running, we come in here. Get my area a little better cleaned up. Where's the top of this at? It's somewhere around here. Oh, it's in here. I got it. So what was enhanced on the Unicorn? Contrast levels, white levels, and the colors were enhanced by a great deal. So we'll go around the block with it. Okay, with that. I can see how bright the colors are. When we do the 3 screens certify against it, they're not going to be able to pick it up. I can tell already. The red levels are really, really high. So automatically know what's going to happen to the other 3 screens when they hit that screen. They're not going to be able to pick it up. Now red should be an easy given for that technology, but we got to pick something completely opposite of that color that would be able to shine through. So people say, well, the screen's pink. Of course red's going to come up better. So we switch over to blue and green, which would be the complete opposite of it. And it can show you different tones of blue. So I can turn them back door. You got to run this valve projectors, or I forgot the other what other projectors are called. That it's gonna pick up. No problem with that. No problem. Colors are good. They're very, very bright. Oh, this is gonna look crazy. White levels were heightened by a lot. And I'll get up close and you'll see there's not one tint of red anywhere in that screen. It's bone white. Isn't that interesting? I told you God's amazing. So that's 2 screens knocked out for the day. Done. I think I might make a 3rd. I'm not sure. I have to, whatever he decides what he's going to do today. I still have, right now, actually tell you the truth, I need to pause, because I gotta pause, because I still have orders I gotta push up, so I gotta go downstairs and knock half of those out, and the other half out tonight, so they'll be done. And then I still have to do a demonstration on the front and rear blackout cloth that we have now. So we got more demonstrations to do off that service. That's going to be available this week or next week. Next week. And then the 17s have that dark slate and the ultra bright silver. Hello, how you doing? Yes, we're good. Okay. I'm doing okay. God is good. Doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I do good work because God does good work. But thank you. Well, I'm happy to be of help. Right back at you, friend. Right back at you. You have a wonderful, blessed day. Right, so while you guys are watching this, let me get cleaned up behind the back for me because I got a mess back there to tidy up. Look a little farther up. We got some other things I have to display on there too. Also, this is like an hour long. Dirty. This whole video is about an hour long. So I have to see other things too, and I have to bring out the sample sheets too. I mean, the certified to see exactly how it reacts to color. This is a really, really light screen, but it can produce contrast. So, I'm gonna put a follow. I want to check this out real quick. The ocean. This will definitely be one of the lightest screens that I've ever made. Ever got a chance to design. Yeah. I don't like to say I made. You know what I mean? I struggle with that one right there because my idea was not mine. The idea comes from God, so I have a hard time saying I made. It's we made. But he did all the work, so. I am, later on today, I'm going to try to knock off projector on this to see how it reacts. It shouldn't have a problem. It really shouldn't. I'm not advising you to go out and buy these projectors. I'm just saying if you just happen to have one laying around, or if you just bought one and just have one, period. But I wouldn't advise you to go buy them because all in all, at the end of the day, their specifications are completely false. And this is all my outdated projector behind me. Like I said, I don't have a newer model projector. And none of my projectors in my house are newer model. My projectors are old and discontinued. That's the whole purpose of developing technology, that you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money for the next model, or just don't have to. That's why I said a lot of these big companies have used such much high powered these projectors because, like I said, the projector does all the work. They're not using any outdated old projectors they find off of eBay. No, they're buying the latest, next model projector. The projector does all the work. You should be able to go out and get yourself a 720p projector, 50, 60, 100, $200 projector, and be able to get an incredible image. There's nothing wrong with 720p projectors. I bet you if one of the big companies saw the projector I'm using right now in this video, he'd probably laugh his head off. Like, that thing is old, it's a piece of junk. We use this as door stops. I might use it as a door stop, but look at my screen compared to yours. My screen's pink. So those are jet skis. And just like I said, you imagine going to one of these conventions, everybody in there is going to have gray screens, or we're going to have some sort of shade of gray in there. That's what it's going to be at the end of the day. And I'm the only one going to be sitting there with a pink screen, like you're seeing right now, just like I was talking about. And that screen's going to fire up, and it's going to perform just like that. And they're going to wonder what projector I got, and they're going to look behind me like, wow, it's an old, outdated projector. Compared to what they're using in there, that thing is, my projector is a relic. And then they find out what the screens sell for. Way cheaper than what their technology sells for. And they find out how fast it took to develop it. Takes them 2 years, 3 years. I found out that the fellow, when I talked to him over for Screen Innovation, it took him 11 years to develop Black Diamond technology. 11 years. So when you see sample sheets up there, it takes years for them to develop those screens. Years. And this technology can be developed in 20 minutes. So we do three or four screens in one day, maybe more than that. And look at the results we get from it. We're not testing against their bottom dollar screens. We're testing against their top screens, the best that they have to offer. That's what we do our demonstrations against. So if you got a screen that's developed in 20 minutes, and you can make 3 or 4 of them in one day, and they can actually overtop your top best screens, where does that put you at? And we can do it for far less than what you're charging $5,000-$6,000 a screen. Our customers at 300, and well, actually this stuff is like $258 a gallon. We're paying a screen size of 190 inches. It's ultra short though compatible. We can take it outside if you want, fully weatherproof, and you can coat it on just about anything you want. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you, but I don't understand what you're rating. There's no translator for Google. I do apologize. The other thing about it is you don't have to have an expensive projector to get an amazing screen. Go right over to eBay, get a projector for 170 bucks, and that's it. You're good. These are in fully lit environments. All right, so let's get to this. I have a busy schedule today. So as usual, cinema gray, 5D. We have to do these demonstrations right up front on our pink projection screen. I already had 2 of my friends text me already. They have theater setups for women. That theater set, nice theater setups. They're, you know, both single moms, real nice people. And she wants to put a screen in her daughter's room. I like the color pink. I like the color pink. I love pink. Back in the day, I don't know if I mentioned it before. I probably did already mention before. I used to have this nice black setup, man. I had black pants and slip over dress boots, and I had me a black peak coat and hat and everything. Everything was in jet black, but I had this nice pink tie. God, I love that. I love that tie. It was a nice tie. I lost that tie. Every man has a tie he loves the most, and that was my tie. All right, so let's get it cracking, Jackson. Let's see. White screensaver. All right, so let's go for white screensaver. Ooh, it puts up a very nice white, doesn't it? But as I said before, if the other screens are generating a higher white level, we may have some issues with them. Let's see. Color red. Color blue. All right. Swap out and let's go to our color changing screens. Now, this screen right here seems to be showing, it's a little lighter. These are darker screens, but this screen right here seems to be showing a little better than these right here. But keep in mind, prices, $3,000, $5,000, $1,300 to $1,400. A 1 quart, in mind, this is just for 100 inch. These are 100 inches only, that's it. And I think that one and that one are not ultra short though compatible. That one is. So consider the fact that the cheapest one here would be 13 to 14 would be that one, and that's for a 100 inch, when a gallon of this technology would paint a 190 inch screen. All right, let's go to our next one.
All you need to launch a celebrated art career, a cheap studio, a high career making accident, and a Squarespace online store to sell the must-have gift.
This is going to show multiple colors. All right, let's go with gray screensaver. So that's a dark gray. Now we'll switch over to a light gray. Okay, let's go over to green screensaver. There it is, green. All right, let's go with Starfield demonstration. So the Dark Star 9 does pull up an impressive contrast level. But like I said, Dark Star 9 is darker than this screen. The screen is actually much lighter than the Dark Star 9. Okay, let's go with Sony 4K demonstration. It's gonna butcher it. Oh, it's gonna butcher it so bad. It butchers it every time. Butchers the daylights out of it. I want to see this real quick, and then we'll go back to the Sony. I want to see a little bit of that right there. All right, let me go over to, ooh, that's in there. Okay, I've been looking for that right there. All right. It blends pretty good. It paints really good with their screens. Let's go grab, let me see, I'm gonna look at this one right here. I don't need to do the Sony. This is good enough. This is what I need to see. It is blending very good, especially with this one right there. And the grass is right there. It's washed out. It's not showing up. Okay. I'm happy with that. Pink screen. The colors are crazy incredible. And like I said, consider the fact that the screen is pink. We already did this on the chocolate. So this is the unicorn. So those of you who are craving white levels, yeah, there you go. That and the blues. Blues can pull up insane white levels too, and contrast and so forth. They have very strong white levels. So I'm gonna look at a few things real quick. I want to check out this one. This technology is designed to make the color explode, like really give you crazy color levels. I said before, it's going to have a strange name like unicorn, but it's not a strange to be taken as a joke. It produces insane colors. Yeah, the color boost was actually a good idea. That was a good idea, boost the colors. Oh, I gotta see this. I like to do fish from time to time. I should do a rear. No, that'd be going too far. That's going too far. I couldn't do it. I think I would love to see this in rear technology. Oh, this is a beautiful rear technology. That's if they're gonna watch fish all day long. We'll do this one real quick.
Enjoy a Wawa barbecue brisket on a brioche bun or in a bowl today. Gotta have a Wawa.
Okay, that looks good. I'm just checking out a few things. Ooh. All right, real quick. Let's see what this looks like real quick. Yeah, this would look really good in a rear projection. I should develop a rear projection version of this pink unicorn. This would look really nice. I want a ceiling to floor submerged display like this. This is what I want, so I can watch my fish from. I had one. I used to have one in the basement when it actually covered the entire screen from top to bottom. And I just would display fish off it all day long. But I want the projector behind it. So if I walk right up to it, I don't have the reflection of my shadow casting onto the screen. So that's something I need to work on. I'm thinking about building one outside, a massive rear projection screen setup. Just checking out Paint's contrast capabilities. Like I said, the contrast levels, the Dark Star 9's contrast levels are good. But like I said, it's a darker screen. And you look at the pink is a very light screen. But look at the contrast levels it pulls up. Contrast is good. All right. Let me look at that real quick. Samsung QLED. Samsung QLED. Anytime you don't hear music to an intro, chances are they were probably using, but then again, I don't know how they were using copyrighted music, because that's the same music they're using for this demonstration, which you can find on the YouTube for free audio. I don't know. Okay. See what else we have on here real quick.
Each Febreze carpet clip gives you up to 30 days of fresh air, so you can have open window freshness, even with all the windows up.
No, it's not going to happen. If you drive behind the back of one of those trash truck or a truck with using tar, you have all the debris in the world in your car, you're still going to smell it. That is not going to happen. Tar truck, that's a tar truck. See, the same thing like the black silvers. Black silvers are gray, but they produce contrast. They can read contrast. Same thing with the unicorn. The unicorn can read contrast, and the screen is actually, this screen is actually lighter than the black silvers. Let's go with a, let me do Samsung 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, I want to do this one. I'm going to do this one first. I think what it is, people, when they stare at the screen, they kind of forget that the screen is pink. I'll back it up. I'll show you the distance where my projector sits. My projector sits back a distance. These are always done in fully lit environments. Projector's about 13, 14 feet back. We'll come back out and we'll throw it 1,000 lumen projector up against it. It shouldn't have a problem. We'll do the knockoff. So as I said before, when it comes to the exotics, these are free options. So what you're looking at is a free option. So only thing you pay for is just the size. So you pay for the, you want this in 1 quart, 2 quart, or a gallon. When you go to the website and you click, there'll be an option menu that will pop up. This is the free color option, and you can select which one you want. So you're not going to pay more because this one's actually pink. You're not going to pay more because this one's actually this color or that color. They're all there. It's a free option. Let's go to let's see, check this out for a minute. You're showing some natural. Some people like to see the natural colors. Sometimes some of the demonstrations that they have are a bit saturated. So that's why I kind of like to show off little nature scenes here and there. You don't oversaturate these. So now you got to think like, I like the white levels, but the screen's pink. Ah. This is gonna be nice for, like I said, I know women who have their women cave. Yeah, there's a man cave and we got a woman cave. And I think they would appreciate having a pink screen. Heck, I want a pink screen now. This would look good for arcade gaming. Oh my goodness, because the colors would be so bright and so vivid. It's got me thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna run my game system through this bad boy. I'm gonna download some retro Pac-Man, some games on here, some nice bright, vivid, arcadey colors to it. This will look nice. Well, like I said, interesting name. God gave it. And the screen came out incredible. Like I said, God is amazing. He's amazing. Hey! One person mentioned orange. I don't know about that yet. It's whatever he allows me to be able to make. So when I was sitting here and I was doing a demonstration, I was like, I would love to have a pink screen. And boom, right there. When I was sitting there doing this demonstration, it said, information's already in my head. God already gave me information. That's why you see me moving back and forth and writing stuff down. I already know how to make it. I just write it down. And then once I write it down, it's in my head forever. So now I'm kind of thinking sunflower. But we'll see what happens. I'm thinking sunflower. I think when I do the gallery for my screens, I'm just going to have everything in that environment set up like, I'm going to have each environment set up like a home theater setup, but I'm going to have all the furniture designed to match that screen. Like we have a green screen, we'll have the furniture blended in to match the green screen, you know, and then we'll have some for the pink, and then we'll have some for the different colors. And we just have the interior just, you know, not too much pink, but you know, some pink in there to match the screen, and some other colors to just make it set off. I'm pretty sure I had a few people probably laughing Unicorn. His brother lost his mind. Somebody talking about making unicorn paint. And lo and behold, we have unicorn. Let's see what else real quick. Oh, I like doing the food demonstrations on here. We did this one already. Yeah, we did. This one didn't have the music on it. All right. Let's see. Oh, I definitely do this one right here real quick. I know I keep saying real quick. I think there's one there. There's one actually I'm gonna look at on sharp. I know I'm getting carried away here, but I'm really having a little bit of fun here. This pink is really, really good. The colors, oh wow, it's beautiful. Like I said, live demonstrations doesn't no justice. That's why I have to be able to get this. And like I said, it's in a God's will that I'll have this place that I want to buy and be able to set my screens up so we can have one display in real time. Like people can come over and just see them. And this is on, like I said, and I love the fact that I can use old projectors to do these demonstrations. I don't have to have the latest model, the most expensive model. I can just get a used old projector right off of eBay and pay nothing, hardly nothing for it. $230 for the projector I'm using behind me. no 4K. I'm using the highest I'm using right now, it's just 1080p. I don't have to have any laser or none of that stuff. And can you believe that companies take these same projectors because they're old and they throw them in the trash? Because they're not the next model. That's a shame. They only knew what they were throwing away. It's already. I'm gonna get in trouble, but I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. I have not even seen this movie yet. Lie to you not. Just haven't got around to it.
The projector. What was destined to obey.
Optimus Prime, you destroyed your home in a secret action.
Okay, so I'm gonna play that because I don't get in any trouble here.
Hisense, the fastest growing TV brand in America, hired Rob Gronkowski, NFL superstar.
I want to look at the one with the northern lights. That's what I want to see. Let's see, that's what I want to see. You're happy with that. This demonstration seems, I gotta remember that demonstration right there. I like that. That's a beautiful demonstration right there. I usually have a lot going on in my head in the day, so I don't remember stuff too well sometimes. So, just make a little bit of a mental note of it for myself. There we go. I like that demonstration. The colors, I can do a lot of text off of that. Colors weren't too oversaturated, which I like. I like that. Colors are natural, I like that. These are the same sun. So look at this right here.
Welcome to a whole new world, where Samsung LED technology brings you sharper images,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some gaming off of this.
and brighter colors. The ultra-slim, eco-friendly Samsung LED TV.
Sharp 4K demonstrations. Sharp 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna look at this one first. I want to see this one right here. That tight for about a minute. Nuts. Okay. I can't be down here too long. So I'm not gonna be down here too long. Ribs are starting to hurt a little bit. I gotta go upstairs and lay down. I tell you, when you get young and you break stuff, thank you so much. When you're young and you break stuff and you think you're invincible, as you get older, it comes back to haunt you. So many years when I was very, very young, I broke a rib. When the weather gets cold, oh man, it hurts. Comes back to haunt you when you get older. Yeah, we should have a contest. Let somebody name one of the screens. It has to be a respectable name. I'm not gonna put anything on it. I think that's somebody respectable. Someone can think of a name like Cherry Blossom, or they can get a chance to name the screen paint. And even in the back of the container, we'll give you a little place back there where we can basically give you credit for it. Has to be a color. I like that. Put that shirt right there. That's very nice. Let's see. It's going to be a contest. I'm probably going to do a contest. It's going to be a contest. I'm going to have to ship them something. If they win, and they'll win that. But I think this summer, I'm going to actually have a contest. And in that contest, I'm actually going to buy one of these and give them away. Yep. I'm actually going to buy one of these machines for this summer. I'm going to buy one of these and give it away for a contest. And if you know, this is actually a very, very good popcorn machine. I've never used it. I bought it and I never used it, but this whole machine is metal. This is all metal. This is real glass. It's got a warmer at the top that keeps your popcorn nice and warm. There's a light right there. That right there stirs the popcorn nice and slow. Yep, full popcorn machine. I'm actually buy one of these and give one away in a contest. You set that up in your theater room or take it outside. Maybe you want to use it, I don't know, parties or whatever. But yep, I'm going to give one of those away for free. I want a cotton candy machine. I lie to you not. I want a cotton candy machine. And I'm not talking about one of them little small ones. I mean a cotton candy machine, literally. Like not the big one, but you know what I'm talking about. The same company that sells that popcorn machine behind me, they sell the rotisserie and they sell the cotton candy machine. Did you ever go to Boardwalk or someplace where they're serving cotton candy and they got that little pallet or spoon they put in their stir around? So I just want to come back with like an oar of a ship, you know, an oar of a ship, you know, like a rowboat oar, and like, look, man, I'll just give you like, I don't know, $100 if you can just fill this up. That'd be pretty cool. I've done 4K already. And we've done demonstrations of 4K versus 720p. And with our technology, you just can't tell one from the other. I'll post those links below. We have, like I said, we have live demonstrations that back up all our technology's capabilities. And we've done that. We've done 4K versus 1080p. We've done 1080p versus 4K, 1080p versus 720p, just to show you the difference. But like I said, with this technology, you're really not going to be able to see too much of a difference. You don't have to have all that expensive equipment. That's the whole purpose of my demonstrations, to show people that you don't have to have, you know, spend a lot of money for a projector just to have a beautiful image. I mean, we're doing this off a pink screen. You know, so that's the whole purpose. Save money, save money, save money, you know. You don't have to buy a lot of money. You have to have an expensive projector in order to do it. Do you have a PS5? Let me see. I'm thinking of getting your TV and transferring it on a big gamer. I'm done with. Okay, you do have a PS5. How's it working out? I've delayed buying mine. I'm waiting. Actually, I'm waiting for midsummer. That's what I'm waiting for. Because I've actually seen they have a limited anniversary edition. I don't know how they got an anniversary edition, but they have an anniversary edition that's all black. And usually the first console systems, like I said, are nice. Oh, so far so good. You're one of the lucky ones. My cousin bought one, and his bricked on the second day. But yeah, I'm waiting for, because usually when systems come out, they always bring out that first system, and then after that, they bring out the other systems, like the ones when the PS4 first came out, they had a 500 gig hard drive, and then later on, they brought out the 1 terabyte. You know, so I'm waiting for one, and I want a slim version of it. I would love to have a slim version of it. But I do plan to get one. I plan to get both of them. Because Fable is coming out in July, and I'm a big fan of Fable. I do plan to have Fable. Yeah, I heard about that, yeah. Is there they allow you to put any extensions? Like, can you add like a drive to it, a few other drives to it? I mean, if you can actually build extra storage space, that would be really nice. No, no, no. I'm talking about for the PS5. Oh, no, no. PS4s. If you can mod. I used to build PCs. If you can mod, you can get around all that. You can definitely get around all that. I was modding the daylights out of the Xbox 360s when it came out. But I can get around that. I come from the era of basic soldering, where people did a lot of soldering, breadboarding, and all that stuff before you were snapping PCs together like Legos. But yeah, I can get around that. But the PS5, you can attach a hard drive to it. Okay, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. But here's the thing. Okay, so bottom line is you're not even hitting 1440p on that, are you? Because I know you're not hitting 4K on that. You're definitely not hitting 4K on that on the PS5. They're not even doing 1440p. Because I think the TVs that were supposed to be designed for, they're not compatible with. I do know that for a fact. I just feel, yeah, but I heard the stories about Spider-Man, man. Spider-Man was one of the ones for bricking the system. I gotta go back. I'm in the same video. Yeah. So for me, like I said, I'm gonna get one regardless. I really don't care. I mean, bottom line is, I mean, they keep promising. I've been around. I'm 53. I've been around consoles since vector graphics and Pong. If you ever played vector graphics before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've been around Pong, yes. I mean, literally so old that I remember when Radio Shack was called Tanny Corporations. That before they were called Radio Shack. That's pretty old, man. That's pretty old. And I remember my mother bringing me home Pong on a little tan console about that big that went to the UFH in the back, and we played Pong. And you could only thing you do on Pong to upgrade it was to make the paddles smaller or bigger, or you could basically make the ball move faster. But at that particular era, I thought that was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then later on, the other systems started coming out. You had the Atari 2600 and all those different systems, and ColecoVision and all the Odyssey, and all those systems were coming out. Even Scottie Pippen, if you believe it, look it up. Scottie Pippen had a gaming system. It had a Macintosh motherboard in it. Yep, he had one. The most expensive system I think ever designed was the Neo Geo. Yeah, man, that was the era, wasn't it? That was the gaming era. Man, there was no apps. None of that nonsense. It was just straight hardcore gaming. Turn your system on, your game, that's what you did. Oh, man, those were the days, man. Blowing into your Nintendo cartridges, trying to get them to run. And when that cartridge would pop on, man, that would be amazing, man. I remember having the Sega Master System. Off topic. We're off topic now. The Sega Master System. When they had the gun, it Thunderblade. It had Thunderblade with that, man. Oh, man, they had the wars against Genesis and NES. It was freaking epic. You had the 16-bit consoles, and then you had the 32, the 64, and then you had the big boys. You had the people who had the money. They had the 3DO and the CDI, and you had the most expensive system out of them all. And will mainly be the most expensive system ever would be the Neo Geo. The Neo Geo was the most expensive console system that I've ever seen. And I lie to you not. If you were born in that era and you ever seen a Neo Geo before, you would have thought it was a typo. This is when Kitty City was around, and you had well, you didn't have before GameStop was GameStop. It was what was it? GameStop. GameStop was something before GameStop. I forget what's name. EB Games. EB Games. Yeah, Neo Geo. Yes, that system was crazy expensive. That game was the console system was $999. It was $1,000 for that system. It was $1,000 for the system. People were like, oh, you know, well, actually when the PS3 came out, you know, because they had a Blu-ray player, I was around almost near $1,000. They were like $800 when they came out, $700-800. But the Neo Geo was huge. I mean, I'm talking about the console system was the size of a large pizza box. And you know why it was the size of a large pizza box? Because when the arcade was big and everybody was at the arcade, because that was the place to be at, was the arcade. That's where all your friends and buddies and stuff, you've seen everybody in the arcade. Construction workers, cops, businessmen, nurses, everybody was at the arcade gaming. It was beautiful. I mean, the arcades they have now, they can't capture that 80s style, but at that particular time, that was the place to be at. Go in there with a bunch of dollars or quarters or whatever you did and just got it in. You had your old school gamers, you had your new school gamers, your in-between gamers, you had the cockpit games. It's just amazing. It's an amazing atmosphere. All gamers all together playing. So, you know, when the Neo Geo, like anyone had a Neo Geo, they had money. You knew it. They would carry their little memory cards. And one guy had a gold memory card case for his Neo Geo. And he'd come and he'd pop it open. Everybody go, oh, you got a Neo Geo. You know why Neo Geos were so amazing? Because when you had Mortal Kombat on the Genesis system that was 16 bits, keep in mind you had 16 bits, that's it. Neo Geos had 250 bits, 300 and something bits. They were huge, massive cartridges that were the size of VCR tapes. You think I'm joking? They were huge. And that means, say if you have a portrait, right? So you have a mural, you have one building here and one building here, and you have this portrait, that painting that has to be painted onto this side of the wall, right? Now, say if you have the Genesis, right, or you know the Sega Genesis, the space that you had in order to paint that portrait was about that big. That's all you had. So something had to go. You had to sacrifice some stuff, like some of the shadows had to go, and the background and displays, all that stuff's going to go. You had to have just enough to fit into that little tiny space right there, and that means the game would look nothing like it did in the arcade. But the Neo Geo, on the other hand, had massive amount of space, which means not only could it fit the entire arcade game onto that cartridge, but it could add so much more because the Neo Geo, the console system, had an actual arcade motherboard inside the console. That's why you could take your memory card out of your Neo Geo, play it at home, save your game, go to the arcade and slide it into the credit card slot under the Neo Geo where the coin slot was at, and you could play your game right where you started off at home, save it at the arcade, and bring it back home. That's why the Neo Geos were the ultimate system. If you had one of those, it's kind of like being a PC Master Race, but for cartridges, for console systems. So yeah, and actually the Neo Geo arcade sticks were actual huge arcade sticks. Yeah, man, Fatal Fury. Oh, they had all the games, man. They had all the games. And they looked exactly like the arcade. But those games weren't cheap. Them games were like $250, $300. Some were like $600, $800. Them games were not cheap. They were not cheap at all. But yep, that was the era, man. That was the era to be in. And then you had 3DO came out, their own system. Panasonic had their own system when they came out. Even Magnavox had a system when they came out. They had their own gaming systems. And then you had the TurboGrafx 16. You had the TurboGrafx 16 that came out with the CD drive on the back of it with Bonk's Venture. What other crazy systems that came out? Oh, man, I remember the stacking systems. When you had the Genesis that came out with the 32X that you stacked on top of that. So you could have 32X graphics. You had Atari Jaguar came out with their system, which was supposed to be the 64. You had the Nintendo 64 system came out, but before the Nintendo 64 came out, but they had that cart that came out with it. Yeah, remember that? Yeah. And then the Sega. Sega came out with the Dreamcast. Man, Dreamcast was before its time. Way before its time. Way before its time. Online gaming on the Dreamcast was like no other. My thing was Quake at Unreal Tournament. Remember that? You can actually go into the Dreamcast. Your cartridge was like a mini game system. So you could download mini games onto your Dreamcast and pull it out and play your little games like a little Game Boy. Slide it in there. Go into other people who have downloaded their saves. So say I beat Marvel vs. Capcom and unlocked all characters. You can go in there and you can save off my save from another state onto your cartridge and play it back at your home base. Man, I'm telling you. That was the era to be in, man. That was the era to be in when it came to gaming. I still have a collection of gaming magazines. I'll show you them. In one of my gaming magazines, I actually have the first edition of when the Dreamcast first launched, and also to have another magazine that actually shows the game systems from back in the day. Power Stone. Oh, my man. Come with me, my friend. I just got my hands on that too. I know we're off topic today. Right now, we're just coming off topic. So we're going into my little arcade area. So I still play that right there. There it is right there. There's my Dreamcast right there. These are some of my I just got these. I'll turn the lights on for a minute. So here we are. We're off topic right now. Power Stone. I just got these from off of whatchamacallit. This is real quick because we're off topic, but I don't mind us being off topic. Here's the Marvelous Capcom. This is the original one. This is the one I actually have at my home. And look at this. Dreamcast web browser. Yeah, that was another thing too about the Dreamcast. You can surf the internet. So if you had a Dreamcast, you could go surf the internet. You can go into chat rooms. Dreamcast had chat rooms that other gamers can go in and talk back and forth with. So if you had, this is some of the games I have here. This is a game I used to play constantly. Right there, that's my game. This was actually keyboard and mouse. So you can run a keyboard and mouse. And that's, I always played on keyboard and mouse same way with gaming. When I had Unreal Tournament, they had keyboard and mouse. So you had to pretty much find some place and hide and talk your trash. Classic Blue Stinger from back in the day. Oh man, these were the games, man. Oopsie. There we go. Sega Rally, and I'll tell you another one. This is the Japanese version of Power Stone. Power Stone! And remember I told you about the memory cards? These are the memory cards. For those who don't know, they had little games you could download onto them, like a little arcade system. So Power Stone had little games. You could go into Power Stone, you could download a game. After you beat the game, they would give you a game that you could download and you could play it right on here. Yep. Before it's time. And then Sega made the announcement that they weren't going to be making any more console systems and they were just going to do third-party games, and that's when everything went bleh. I'll tell you right now, if Sega ever decides to bring out a console system, I love Sony, I do. I love Sony to death, I love Xbox, but I'll leave them in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. If Sega ever decides to develop their own gaming system, I'm done. I'm sticking with them. I'm going to go play Sega. But they're not going to do it. Oops, I think I got something. Oh, thank you. You too. Interesting. That is one of the postal workers that will come down and pick my packages up. But she doesn't work every day. So we always get a new person. But all right, so I'm gonna get out of here real quick. You know, we do, like I said, in some of my demonstrations I go off topic. I do like discussing gaming. Oh my goodness, I wish I had a gaming channel. That's all I would talk about is gaming. Just designing screens for gaming, building screens for gaming, designing systems for gaming. I love gaming so much. Okay, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I had to get out of here real quick and start getting some things set up for tomorrow because ship out date is for tomorrow. If you're interested in screen paint, the pink unicorn will actually be on the site probably in about a day or so because it still has to go through all the tests. It takes about one test for us to run everything through. And once that's done, it will earn its label. Once it's able to pick up an image outside at 13 feet back, it will earn its label and it will go up there. Same thing with the chocolate ambient light rejection. That technology too has to go through a day of testing. All right, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I have to go and God bless.